Okay, so we see the videos, right? We're motivated by them, we're inspired by them, but how do we actually build a routine and stay consistent with it? What's up everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Chantasy. I create lifestyle, motherhood, and wellness videos here on YouTube, and I'm so excited that you have joined me for today's video. Okay, so if you spend any amount of time on social media, you will see that we are currently just kind of obsessed with routines, right? I know that you've seen many videos of all sorts of routines, from morning routines to wellness routines to fitness routines and self-care routines, all of the things. We are obsessed, okay? And for good reason, because routines are great. I really believe that routines are just an essential piece of the puzzle when we are thinking about how to live a happy, healthy, and productive life. I also believe that routines are just really great for helping us achieve our goals, right? Because they help provide structure and they help us stay disciplined. Okay, so we see the videos, right? We're motivated by them, we're inspired by them, but how do we actually build a routine and stay consistent with it? And that is what I want to talk to you about in today's video. So in today's video, I wanted to kind of walk through step by step with you how to create a successful routine that you can actually stay consistent with. Because 2024 is our year, okay? This is a year that we are going to crush all of our goals. And I really believe that if we can build some strong routines behind our daily habits, that we'll be well on our way. So let's get into it. Okay, so the very first thing that we need to do when we are creating a routine is figure out what our goal is, right? What do you want this routine to accomplish? What is the overall purpose of this routine? So, for example, if your goal is to lead an overall healthier lifestyle, then you may want to create a wellness routine. On the other hand, if your goal is to have more productive days, then you might want to create a morning routine that's going to help set you up for a productive day. So once you have figured out exactly what your goal is, we want to take it a little step further, right? We then want to think about why it's important to you. Why is this fitness routine so important to you? Do you just want to feel better? Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to boost energy? Whatever the case may be, it's important that we figure out the why behind our goals, because this is going to be our motivating factor when we don't feel so motivated. All right, so next up is to figure out your non-negotiables. And this part is gonna kind of come in two pieces. Okay, first we have to figure out our daily non-negotiables. These are things that we absolutely have to get done each and every day. For example, if you have an 8 to 5 job, then going to work from 8 to 5 and the commute time that it takes to get there and back are going to be a daily non-negotiable, right? And this is important because we're then going to have to plan our routine around this non-negotiable. So take some time to write down all of the things that you absolutely have to get done each and every day. Again, for example, this could be your commute time to work, your work day, and then your commute time to home. So that way you know that you have every day before work and every day after work to build in your routine. Okay, so the second part of the non-negotiable is to figure out the non-negotiables within your routine. What are the things that need to happen within your routine in order for it to be successful? If you are creating a health and wellness routine, for example, a non-negotiable could be that you drink a full glass of water each morning before you do anything else, or maybe you get some type of movement in every day before you begin your work day. Another example is if you are creating a morning routine that is meant to help you be more productive throughout the day, you may need to make it a non-negotiable that every day before you get started, you sit down and write out your to-do list and kind of prioritize that for the day so that you know exactly what you need to get done in the order in which you need to do it. The to-do list would then be your non-negotiable for your morning routine. The reason that identifying these non-negotiables is so important is because life happens, right? Things are going to come up that may make you kind of have to adjust your routine a little bit to allow for these unexpected obstacles that may come up during the day. But if you at the very least figure out what your non-negotiables are, you can really work to accomplish those things no matter what else you have going on during the day. So for example, if you get called into work early and now your morning routine is cut down from an hour to 30 minutes, if you know your non-negotiables, you can make sure that you knock out those things at least before you have to go into work. And then the things that are left, while they're important for your routine, are not something that are necessarily going to throw everything off. Does that make sense? All right, so the next thing that we're gonna do to create this amazing routine is we're going to figure out what our barriers are. Okay, these are the things that are keeping you from reaching your goals. These are the things that are kind of just keeping you stuck. And it's really important that we are very just honest with ourselves here. We need to really go back and reflect on the things that we are doing, or maybe the things that we're not doing that are holding us back. It really is crucial that we address these things, because if we don't, then we're going to keep falling back into the same bad habits that we're trying to break. We're going to keep falling short of our goals. We're going to continue having trouble staying consistent with our routines if we don't really go back and figure out exactly what's been holding us back so far. So figure it out, okay? Are you staying up too late and so then you don't feel well rested in the morning, so you don't get up on time? Are you spending too much time kind of mindlessly scrolling social media when you could be really working on yourself? Or maybe it's that you're just struggling with self-confidence and you truly just don't believe that you can accomplish the things that you have set out to accomplish, which, first of all, let me just say, that's so far from the truth. But sometimes we can have those self-limiting beliefs, and if that's the case, it's really important that we address those and that we challenge those so that we can really just get after our goals and stop giving up on ourselves before we ever even really get started. Whatever it is, we have to face it, and we have to face it head on. But we can't do that if we don't know what those barriers are. So take some time, do a little bit of self-reflection, figure out what's been keeping you stuck so far, and then figure out a way to combat those things. So for example, if you have a habit of checking your phone first thing when you wake up in the morning, and then you start scrolling, right? And then we start getting into this mindless scroll, and before you know it, it's been an hour, and now you don't have time for your morning routine because you gotta get to work. Maybe force yourself to not even touch your phone for the first 30 minutes of the day. Or say you have a habit of hitting snooze on your alarm clock one too many times, and again, you've now run out of time to do your routine. Maybe you could try just putting your phone across the room at night and not right beside you when you're sleeping. That way, when your alarm goes off in the morning, you actually have to physically get up out of bed to go turn it off. Trust me, it's way easier to stay up once you're already up than it is to get up if you just have to kind of roll over and push a button. Another example, if you're having trouble making it to the gym on time in the morning or making it to your workout class, try setting out your workout clothes, your water bottle, your Apple Watch, all the things that you need to take to that workout. Set everything out the night before so that that's one less thing that you have to think about in the morning. One less barrier that you have to getting to the gym. Whatever the case may be, again, just sit down, reflect, and figure out what those barriers are so that you can address them. And once you address those things, you're really going to be able to just set yourself up for success. Okay, so now we've done step one. Okay, we figured out what exactly our goal of the routine is and why it's important to us. We've done step two, which is figuring out what our non-negotiables are for our day and also what our non-negotiables are for our routine. And we've also done number three, okay? We've identified all the barriers, all the things that are holding us back, and we've come up with a plan to address those things, to knock down those barriers so that we can get to our goals this year. And so the next thing that we're gonna do is test it out. Okay, it's time to execute this routine. And so you just do it. Give yourself a couple of weeks of consistently following this routine. And along the way, kind of figure out what's working for you, what's not working for you. How does this routine make you feel? Are you getting the things out of it that you were hoping to get? Whether that be mental clarity, an improvement in your physical health, whatever the case may be, whatever goal it was that you set at the beginning of building this routine, are you accomplishing it? Were there any barriers that came up that you weren't really prepared for, and how are you going to address those? And then kind of after you've answered all of those questions, what adjustments do you need to make? If you're not getting the feelings that you wanted out of the routine, what adjustment do you need to make in order to really feel the way you wanted to feel, in order to accomplish what you wanted to accomplish with your routine? Do you need to adjust the timing? Do you need to get up a little bit earlier? Whatever the case may be, figure out what adjustments you need to make and then make those changes. And then at this point, I also think it's important just to remind yourself that while consistency is the goal, we also have to understand that we are constantly changing, okay? We're constantly growing, we're constantly evolving, we're always learning things about ourselves, and so it's important that we allow for some flexibility in our routine. Allow for those changes to take place and for our routine to kind of grow and evolve right along with us. So then kind of just taking a step back to that consistency piece. This is where a lot of us start to struggle, where a lot of us fall short. And so I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things that you can do to kind of help yourself stay consistent. And we all know what happens, right? You build this new routine, you're happy, you're excited about it, you're motivated, everything is going great, you're just crushing it, and then maybe one day you're just not feeling so great, or you need to take a mental health day, and so you take a step back. And then maybe that one day turns into two, and before you know it, you've kind of gone down this path and you have really just let go of your routine. And this is where consistency really starts to become an issue. But this is also where we need to start practicing discipline. Discipline is going to kind of be the thing that helps us combat the barriers that we have when it comes to being consistent. And discipline is really just being able to do the things that you need to do even when you really just don't feel like doing them. And along with discipline, kind of what I was talking about earlier, we have to allow for some flexibility, because ultimately life is gonna life, okay? Things are gonna come up. We're going to have to adjust our routine, adjust our schedules a little bit, and that's okay. We have to allow for that to happen. We can't let any of these last minute changes, last minute obstacles that come up become these huge barriers for us. All right, you guys, these are my best tips for building a successful routine that you can actually stay consistent with. I know that if you use this video as a guide when you're building your routine and really reflect on the things that I talked about in this video, you're going to be able to really just align yourself with your goals and set yourself up for success. And remember to just show yourself some grace, okay? Because things aren't always going to go exactly as you've planned them each and every day, and that's okay. In fact, it's expected, and it's one of the reasons that I am such a firm believer in routines. They help us build a strong foundation so that we have a strong base, a strong center to kind of get back to when things get thrown off track. You guys, 2024 is going to be our best year yet. I just know it, and I'm so excited to be on this journey with you. I'm so thankful that you've decided to join me. I hope this video has given you the motivation, the encouragement, the guidance that you need to create a routine that is truly going to transform your life. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so that we can continue on this journey together. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.